welcome to the Psychic Health Shops, Metaphysical Today. I'm Aeson and I'm sitting in with Premier Psychic, Hazel Firefly. How are you, darling?
I'm very good, thank you. Sorry if I've got a shiny face. I probably got eye drops all over it.
You're fine, you're fine. You just don't look like you're crying, which is amazing. Hello,
Oh,
Miss Brenda. How are you? Thank you for
hi,
joining
Brenda.
us. All right. So, how was your week? I'm sure it
It's
wasn't
been,
busy.
it was busy. We've all been poorly.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to fall.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And our weather is so random at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We've had in one day, I think it was last Wednesday, maybe, we
Mm-hmm.
had hail, sleet, sun, and thunderstorms all in the same day.
Swear she's going through menopause.
I reckon she is as well.
Yeah, and we go through this yearly. 2024 is going through menopause.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Well, we're starting to look at winterizing and starting to get cooler temperatures. Like it's going down to 42 tonight.
What's 42 in mine?
Um, I'm thinking it's like 10.
Where's my weather?
Oh, wow. Here it is. Ooh, I was all. Yeah, we're 17 right now. We're going down to um 6. Yeah.
Next Friday and Saturday, ours is dropping down to 2.
We're Thursday and Friday there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we've got rain now for the next 3 days.
See, we stay a little warmer with rain comparative to when we've got clear skies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think we've got the end of that hurricane coming over.
I hope it's just a rainstorm by the time it gets to you. 'Cause it's been nasty over here. We have like I know our governmental services are doing what they're supposed to, designed to, but they're dealing with a country they've never dealt with. And
Yeah.
like, we're really counting on our what you would call civil organizations to be handling a lot of things.
But they don't though, do they? That's the thing.
Well, if the organizations that are not government based, like we have like the Cajun Navy, different private groups.
Yeah.
Okay, they're doing amazing and great. Our government's doing their job, but there are some things it's like, no, we can get there faster. I'll show
Yeah.
you. That type of thing. And then we have private businesses that are stepping up and being like, nope, we're going to be doing it for cost until the foreseeable future. We have a water truck, so we're hauling water in, and they're building small community-based things out of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, which is good to see. And of course,
It's good because it shows that they are giving back.
right, and that they actually care about their community they serve.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's the harder point around here is a lot of people don't see the small businesses until they step up.
Yeah.
The other part is, I don't know. The lady I wish would run for our president, Dolly Parton's like put her money to her mouth and dropped $1 million on her community, which is going to be a drop in the bucket. But she's raising funds. She's using her force behind her because she employs like a whole town.
Yeah.
Everything is
Yeah.
employed by her.
But the thing is, it's not just her town that needs it, it's everywhere.
It is. It's North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida. If you are in Florida, do not fuck around.
Yeah.
Prep and get moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that gets even more scarier because I think we've got like 3 more forming. Like this will be
Really?
really.
Bloody hell.
It's not going to be pretty. Like We've got Milton coming through, and it's supposedly going to hit like Florida, which Florida gets it. They always get it. Like it's what I don't know. Sometimes I wonder why we live in some of these areas. Okay. But anyhow. So you've got the hurricane. This is so weird that hurricane started out in Jamaica in the Gulf and it's going all the way over to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but there's no global weather situation. Yes, there is. There's always a global weather situation.
Well, last week
watch.
we had so much rain last week, a lot of us had floods.
Oh, goodness.
I'm lucky because I'm on a hill, so it don't affect me. It just toddles on by.
Mm-hmm.
But so many other people in the area were flooded out.
Yeah. And that's scary.
Yeah. Really is.
Plus we've begun spooky season, so
Oh, we have.
We're starting to get the questions. We're starting to get the so how's the first quarter of 2025 looking questions. So I thought we would talk about life on the other side.
That's a really nice one. I think that would help many people relax.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't care what anybody says. When you lose a loved one, you always worry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a big thing. It's
you
hard
always
enough.
worried about that. You
Yes.
always worried about, where things are, how people are, what goes on, where's our pets. And we get such bad description from religious views.
Yeah. Yeah.
That do not, at all reflect the reality. So let's hit down the misnomers. The crap they put out there that isn't real. One, there is no hell.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Yeah. This is hell.
We are living in hell.
Exactly. Now, are there lower levels for lower energy beings to live? Yes, of course. If you can't maintain the vibration, if you've not progressed, if you've got to go and work on things, there's, of course, 7 lower levels.
And can I just add, that's why we always advise for 6 months after somebody have passed to do a reading.
Yeah.
Because they need to learn to build those energy levels up.
Yes.
Because people come to us like the day after,
and
it's like, we can't help because the process haven't even started then.
No, I personally believe that the human soul hangs around for about 30 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is true. That comes out of England, out of Ireland. They believe they never held a funeral for 30 days until after, it took them 30 days.
Because if you think about it, sorry for interrupting.
No.
People who attend the funeral say, oh, I could feel them there.
Mm-hmm.
There were signs that they were there. And that's because technically they are still there.
Yeah.
They haven't left the building, so to say, yet.
Right. I say the plane ain't picked them up yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get picked up. It's debatable on what happens. Some say their family members come and get them. Others say, and if you get lost, then the powers come and get you, or the principalities come to pick you up. I think both are right.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I think both are right in this opinion. And then what I feel happens is you go to the Hall of Receiver.
Yeah. Because people are like, what's it like in heaven? Heaven is totally different to earth. Because in heaven, I feel it's more a guided way where they watch over us. Their job is watching over loved ones.
Right.
Whereas when we're on earth, we have to work. So can you see what I mean?
I see what you mean, but they have to work over there too. I mean, because there's other things they do too. But there are also other things going on. Like it isn't all work and no play. There's a lot of play. There's a lot of time doesn't exist. So if you want to go and you want to go work in husbandry, which is taking care of the animals and making sure that everyone gets breeded up and all that, you can go do that. If you want to
And
go,
they play hell with us as well, don't forget.
well,
They
yeah,
hide our things. They cause us ructions.
right. But they got to figure out how to do that.
Yes, yes. How many times have you put your keys down? You know you've put them there. You go back to pick them up and they're gone.
Right. Oh, many times. And of course,
Yeah.
Dad's favorite thing is to hide my shit until I clean the house. If he doesn't like how the house is, if the house is getting a mess, he'll hide my shit and clean the whole damn house. Go back in my wallet's right where it was.
Yeah.
But, they still interact with our world. A lot of people say that heaven is only 3 foot to the left, which would make sense.
Yeah.
Because, people still continue to live their lives. And, pets go to heaven.
Oh, yes, without a doubt.
Animals go to heaven without a question.
Yeah.
Okay. They have souls. All souls go to heaven. All souls go to the other side. We're using heaven as a blanket term. There is not like Christian heaven over here. The Summerlands are on the left. Then another neighborhood down the right is the Pentecostal heaven, and another one is the Jewish heaven. It's all the same place.
Because when somebody passes, everybody is equal.
Exactly.
The same as it should be in the earth plane, but it don't work that way.
No. And it's like, no matter what deity you believe in or non-deity you believe in, they're all equal over there.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. The Mother Goddess and Yahweh have a tea party every Thursday. I mean, and Buddha shows up and reminds them that tea is to drink slowly. These are all continual patterns. What happens is the information we have received, A, is in pieces.
Yeah.
B is all over the place. And you got to remember, most of the information we've received is over 5 to 1,000 years old. And it would have been at that time. Our world don't even look the same as it did then. Do you think the other side looks the same? Of course not.
No. And the one thing people need to understand is when they come to us and they say, I want a reading on my granddad, we ask the specific names and date of births. And I specifically ask the date that they passed.
Yes.
Because it's no good just saying to spirit, can George come through? Because that could be any George.
Yeah, any George.
And sometimes they don't want to come through because they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah. Well, not that, but they're busy. They may be listening to Frank Sinatra's latest concert. They're busy. They have a life too. They want to talk the talk. And this is the reason I don't do mediumship on the hotline, because you come to talk to Grandpa George. Grandpa George goes, I ain't talking to you. I ain't talking to her. Yeah. I'm busy.
Yeah. I remember I had one client and she wanted to speak to her dad. So I brought him through and straight away his energies were like really sharp. They were sharp, but they were angry energies. So she was chatting away and he was giving me one-word answers. So in the end, I turned around and said to him, what's your issue? Because we can speak to him, as we know. And he said to me, watch within the next 2 minutes, she's going to ask me where the money is hidden. And she did. And he said to me, oh my God, I am not telling her because she took enough money off me when I was alive. She don't deserve any money, so she's not getting any. I had to put that in such a way to her where I said, at the moment, Dad's not ready to disclose where his money is.
Well, and that happens. But the other side of this is no one gives a damn about who got the ring. No one gives a damn on what you do with their damn china cabinet. And the longer they are away, the less they care about their shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
You know,
spirit is clever.
yeah, they are. But it's kind of like, do you care what happens to the house you had in Wells?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Because you've been gone from Wells in what, 20 years?
Yeah.
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 Can you imagine getting rung up on the phone and someone go, do you mind if I change the carpet?
I'd be like, well, you carry on. You're paying the bills.
Exactly. But point being is, they don't care. They
No.
really don't care. Now, things that are traditional, like the grandmother's diamond ring goes to the oldest granddaughter or daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
They actually give an investment into that shit because it's
Yeah.
tradition. Otherwise,
Yeah.
blank off.
It was really funny when my nan died. All her
Mm-hmm.
jewellery went to my auntie.
Uh-huh.
Now my auntie hadn't got grandchildren. She got grandchildren, but grandsons.
Right.
So that's now been passed down to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got that in the safe upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Even if my son don't have any more children,
Mm-hmm.
that will still be kept and given to Parker for
Mm-hmm.
when he has children.
Right. You know,
Because
right.
it's important, I think, for families to have that peace of mind as well.
Well, I think it's important for that. I think it's important to understand because there is so much guilt with stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it took me about 13 years to get dad out of this house
Yeah.
and for it to really be my house. And it's just been slow moving, like, I don't use this. I don't want this. Why do we have this? And he would have been done like, get the hell out, get it out of here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But we hold on to so much.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put this out there, please. If you are in your 60s, you know that you are in sunset. You're finishing your mission here. Clean out your stuff.
Yeah.
Give it to them now. Let them enjoy it now. Save the expenses. Save the emotional trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's take on the big hot topic.
Go on, hit me with it.
So my grandmother was married 13 times.
Right. She liked wedding cake.
Apparently, she liked wedding cake and funerals. She buried them all. And everyone's like, so who do I, mom's had 3 husbands or 5 husbands. Who is she going to be with? All or none of them.
Yeah.
That's her choice.
Yeah. Because there's still choices to be made in heaven.
There is. There's also still choices on that, on whether, they even care. And that's the other thing. They don't care. Because by the time you get through, okay, if you've got a complete soul family, yes, all that'll be covered in the book. The whole reason behind that'll be covered in the book. Because, right now I'm working on her first marriage and stuck at how to explain that one. The rest of them are almost business exchanges.
Might even be on 21.
No, because they don't have death over there. But at the same time, when you take a soul school, or a soul family, and you're mixing and matching roles throughout like multiple lives, and anymore, I find very few people that's on their first life. They're normally on their 15th life or above. They've been your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, your husband, your wife. The roles are the roles.
It's crazy the way a life rolls into another life and then rolls into another life. Because I don't know how it stands over with you. This is really interesting over you. If you have somebody buried, now this might fry your brain. You can only lease the burial spot for 100 years.
Okay.
after that time, they can use that ground again.
Makes sense. We don't have that. Like, we have graves from the 1800s, 1700s,
Yeah.
1600s. And I'm like, there's nothing there anymore. Scientifically, there's, you can preserve it. You can put it in a vault. You can put it in a casket. It's still going to degrade to nothing.
Yeah.
And I've never understood this. And maybe it's my raising, maybe it's my mindset. But why do we do all this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Put them on a pyre and be done with it.
That's what I want. I've told them as cheap as possible, burn me, put my ashes wherever you want to put me.
Yeah. Make sure I have a good view.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's really hard to explain, but once you've passed, it's just an empty shell.
Right.
Once those 30 days are up and you've moved on, there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
I know some families like to go and visit somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But we planted rose bushes in the garden for that.
Yeah.
Because it's special to us.
Right. And that makes more sense.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Because I'll tell you, there is nobody at the graveyard.
No.
They aren't laying there sleeping.
No.
Any real medium can go to the graveyard and get fucking quiet.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Even the dead don't like visiting the graveyard.
And it's really strange because, and coming into the world, you come in with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Going out, you go out with nothing, apart from leaving your family a bloody great big bill for your funeral.
Well, and all your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Do you want to put that one up? Do you want to pin it?
I'm going to try to. I've been fighting with this mouse.
Ah.
Yeah. But yeah. The graveyards aren't filled with spirits.
No.
I think there's probably maybe a gravekeeper spirit.
Yeah.
Which is, if case, a soul appears there and it's like, what are you doing here at the junkyard?
Yeah.
Like, no. Ring him up. Come down here and get this yap. He came in today with the body.
Do you have over there, Brenda might know a bit more about this than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
They're making a lot of ashes over here into jewellery.
They're starting to do that here, and that reminds me of what they used to do. Caretaker. That's a nicer word. But yeah, they're starting to do that here too. They've been doing that since Victorian times.
Yeah. And they're now putting it in tattoos over here as well.
I know. I'm kind of in debate about that one, but I have always said I've wanted to turn me into a diamond and put me on somebody's finger. I think, I'm going to sign harsh here, but we don't allow junkyards in our main city.
No.
Driving through our town, most of it is cemeteries.
Yeah.
Which we've divorced death. We really have.
It's a strange one because cemeteries are hard to explain to children. Because how can you say to the children that that's full of dead people? You can't.
Well, yeah, I want to be made into a big fat diamond that Joe gets to wear. But you can't. But at the same time, if we go back 100 years, we had playgrounds in the cemetery. We had picnic areas in the cemetery. It was used as a park and cemetery.
Yeah.
But that changed around World War I. We stopped having that interaction with the dead. The undertaker stopped coming to the house, and the family stopped doing all that.
Over here, that's still really old-fashioned. Over here, they still do that.
Okay.
But I think this is going to sound really harsh. I would rather them not spend money on a funeral for me, but have a celebration of life afterwards.
I would rather them burn me and go out to eat and call it a day.
Yeah.
You know, get some fried chicken and potato salad and be done with it.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. You know, and funerals and all that is really more for the living than the dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and we got to take a break. Let's take a break, and then we come back and we talk about this divorce and death we've gone through.
Yeah, no problem.
So much grief.
Fisticuffs at dawn.
Yep.
Love diving into metaphysical topics, psychic insights, and lively discussions? Now you can help keep the conversation going. By becoming a Patreon supporter of The Psychic Coffee Shop, you'll gain access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special perks just for our patrons. Join our community and ensure that your favorite psychic show continues to thrive. Your support helps us bring more enlightening episodes, special guests, and deep dives into the world of the unseen. Become a patron today and enjoy a cup of wisdom with us every week. Click the link to join the baristas and unlock exclusive content. Thank you for your support.
Unlock your full potential with Aeson Knight's life coaching. Are you ready to take control of your life and manifest the future you deserve? Aeson Knight, a seasoned life coach and master psychic, is here to guide you on a transformative journey. Whether you're navigating personal challenges, career transitions, or seeking spiritual growth, Aeson's life coaching services offer tailored guidance to help you achieve your goals. With Aeson by your side, you'll discover the tools to overcome obstacles, embrace your true self, and create a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. His unique blend of spiritual insight and practical coaching empowers you to turn your dreams into reality. Ready to make a change? Book your session today and start your journey to a more empowered, balanced, and joyful life with Aeson Knight. Click the link to schedule your first session and step into your power.
Are you ready for an electrifying podcast experience that keeps you coming back for more? Join Aeson Knight every week as he takes you on a journey through captivating shows, each exploring unique and fascinating topics. And here's the best part. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode where you can get your burning questions answered live on air, absolutely free. Whether it's relationship advice, career guidance, or mystical insights, Aeson's podcasts have got you covered. When you subscribe, you become part of a vibrant community, engaging directly with Aeson as he shares his wisdom and leaves you feeling empowered and enlightened. Don't miss out. Subscribe now and be part of the conversation. What you'll get by subscribing: Monday 5 p.m. Metaphysics Today, Soulful Conversations with Aeson and Fire Fly, exploring the essence of metaphysics in today's world. Tuesday 8 p.m. The Psychic Coffee Shop, dive into current events with a psychic twist, featuring special guests and thought-provoking discussions. Friday 9 p.m. The Mountain Bears Podcast, lively discussions from a gayish, techie-ish, bearish perspective with Aeson and Joe. Sunday 5 p.m., Psychic That Plans. Get a weekly tarot energy overview and time management tips from Aeson Knight. Click here to subscribe now and never miss an episode. By subscribing, you're not just tuning in, you're joining a community of curious minds and ensuring you're always in the loop with Aeson's insightful and interactive shows. Don't wait. Hit that subscribe button and get ready for an amazing podcast journey.
Ready for an enchanting journey of self-discovery? Join Lord Aeson Knight in our Wicca courses. Unveil the secrets of Wicca. Explore deity relationships, rituals, and more. As a third-degree high priest, Aeson Knight guides you toward empowerment and enlightenment. Enroll today and take your first step into the magical circle. Click the link to begin your journey.
Psychic Saturday. Get 50% off with Aeson Knight every third Saturday of the month. Don't miss out. Book now.
All right. Welcome back. All right. So let's talk about how we've divorced the dead. what I mean by that is we're no longer taking the time to prepare them at home and lay them out in their Sunday best and bathe them and take that time to say goodbye. Now it's the undertaker comes, picks them up. They're prepped within a day and a half. You have 4 hours, wake, pop a funeral, and either off to the cremation or off to the burial. Like, the family's no longer involved in anything except signing a check.
Yeah.
And I think that prolongs our grief process.
I think that's down to the individual person, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because for some people see it as closure.
Right.
Like when those curtains close,
Mm-hmm.
some people see it as done.
Mm-hmm.
And like the journey have ended, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And, you know, and I can understand that point of view, but with you not going through that process, I think it slows our grief process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the other side, they're always waiting around like, and this is why like we cover mirrors and we stop clocks. It's because we don't want the soul like getting stuck in this world.
No.
When they're just a half a foot over. There we go.
So by that, Brenda, do you see a funeral as like closure?
Yeah. We'll see what there's a delay.
Yeah.
We'll see a response.
Because over here at the moment, funerals can take up to 6 weeks to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that how bad the backup has gotten?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the whole time they're on ice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So perhaps that's why I see it as closure.
Right.
Once those curtains close, sort of thing.
Uh-huh. See, I was trying to understand the curtain closing because, like, we close, like, the house curtains are closed.
Oh, no. Well, over here, if they're being cremated, we have curtains that close on them as they're going down.
Okay.
So that's what I mean. When those curtains close, it's like closure.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, yeah. But the family was too tired to grieve. And some people need that process.
Yeah. And I think one thing that we need to point out is the grieving process takes different amounts of time with different people.
It does take the different amount of time, and it takes different. I don't think anyone ever fully grieves.
No.
Okay. I do think, however, that people adjust.
Yes. Yeah.
You just adjust.
Yeah, because how many times do we hear, oh, with time it gets better? It don't get better. It's as you've said, we learn to adjust to that.
Right. We learn to adjust. We learn to facilitate. We learn that, okay, this is life now.
Yes. Yeah.
No. If you have continual communication with the spirit world, it's really no different. Like,
no.
For me, Dad's still around. He still pulls pranks. He still gets on my less loving nerve.
Yeah.
He's just not physically here.
Yeah.
On the other side, which means I can't throw things at him. Okay.
I know my mum plays Mia and my auntie.
Uh-huh.
And my auntie phone me and she'll say, she's fucking done it again. And I'm like, what this time? And especially when it's coming up to our birthday and our anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's good because you know they're still there. And that's comfort for some people.
It is. But when there's unfinished business, let's talk about this because this is really hard for people. Like when things haven't been said or things haven't been settled. Park yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, sit down to the kitchen table and settle it for God's sake. mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they knock things over, they throw things, like,
Yeah.
it happens. This is
If they
normal.
need you to know something, or if they think you're ignoring them, they let us know that they want our attention.
Yes. And they send signs. Like, I never get cardinals around here. The spring I had cardinals on my
Yeah.
front porch, and I'm like, I get it, Dad. The house needs to get open for spring. I get it, because I was lottie-dotting.
Yeah.
I was not in the mood to open the house up because it's a lot. But yeah, the cardinal pecking on my window. Got it, Dad. You want the front yard opened up. You want the gardens refreshed, all that.
Yeah.
These are things that he would do in real life. So learning that things is one thing. The other part there is when there is things not said, say them. They can hear you.
Yeah. I'm a great believer in don't hold it in. If you
Right.
need to say something, say it. Make them hear you. Even though you think you're talking to yourself, you're not.
No.
They can still hear you.
Right. And they know everything now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And a whole different view than what it was then.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they weren't accepting of your life, well, they don't give a damn now.
No. Because me and my auntie, we're the only ones that live up here. All the rest of the family lived in Wales. And we will sit down now and we will crack up laughing at the things that my nan used to do. And she'll say, oh, I'll tell the boys. And, it's like stories like that are nice to
Right.
hand down through the family as well.
Well, it's handed down through the family. It's brought through the family, but that's also how you keep their life here alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe in that because especially when you have new babies into the family, babies are very susceptible to seeing spirit and
They
hearing
are.
them.
And seeing them and interacting with them.
Yeah.
And, we always get, will they be here for Christmas? Do they come back? Yes. They never miss holidays. They always save up energy for holidays.
I bet if we were to ask all our audience now, how many of us, at least once over our Christmases, have turned the cooker on, turned a ring on the cooker, and then 10 minutes later you've gone back out and that ring have been knocked off? Because that's them letting us know that they're joining us.
Well, that or problems with cameras, or you go to take a photo and there's orbs in it. I've had people appear up in pictures that don't belong there.
Yeah.
Like, this is a picture from 2000. They weren't even here? And it's like, yeah, they were. Yeah. And it's getting that energy. It's understanding that energy. But when we get to, like, and this is the big thing, that, when they get to the other side, they get to look at their life from a purely different perspective.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They get to see where they made mistakes. They get to see where they made choices. Sometimes those choices aren't great choices, and that's okay.
Life, this is the way I explain it. Life is for living. You're alive a lot. A lot less. You're dead longer. So enjoy your life when you're here. You're going to make mistakes. That's what life is about. You're constantly learning.
Right.
So never have regret.
Well, and never have that point of just things not being there.
Yes.
Never think, well, and I hear people do this all the time. Like, I wish Dad was at my wedding. He was. I wish this. They are.
Yeah.
Set them a plate.
Yeah.
Take time to remember them. If you're missing them, sit down and have a conversation with them. Pour them a cup of coffee. Set it on the mantle. Light them a cigarette. Like, I smell Dad's vanilla cherry tobacco through this house all the time. And has nothing with me calling him in. He's just here. He spent 20 years of his life here. His family's here.
But let's be honest, you having that smell gives you the peace of knowing that he's there as well. Don't be afraid of the signs.
Right. Don't be afraid of the signs. But sometimes I'm like, what do you want? It is 4 o'clock in the morning. I am in the middle of 3 chat conversations, and you're popping in.
Yeah.
I'll get the dishes done whenever.
But he's probably telling you at the same time, take a break.
Well, no, what he's telling me is this October, you need to get the house ready for winter. And I'm like, it's 4 o'clock in the dang morning. I am not going out and plasticking the windows and, taking down the front porch and
yeah,
and then there's other things. Dad used to love moonflowers. Like he planted them all over this yard. I've done everything known to man, city, and scape to get rid of these flowers. They take over my porch every year. Every year. All over, like it looks like an English cottage grown up in vines every year.
And it's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
And I bet you've even put weed killer on them and they've still come back.
I've dug the dirt up.
Yeah.
And re-soiled the area with different plants. Because I have like natural green that I don't have to go out and mess with. Roses that I don't have to go up and mess with except twice a year. Like I like that. Me and him are 2 different gardeners. He was in his garden every day.
Yeah.
I am in my garden 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Mulch in the summer, mulch in the spring, trim in the summer, and cut it down in the fall. Dad, however, was like, we take these out now, we put I'm not that.
Here's one for you. My auntie, she's not green-fingered at all.
Uh-huh.
But she said she had a rose bush out our garden, and this rose bush had never, ever flowered.
Mm-hmm.
She'd gone out one day, and there was one pink rose that had grown on that bush.
Wow.
And she said to me, I know that's Mommy. She said, because that was Mommy's favourite thing, have rose bushes.
Mm-hmm.
So when they want you to know something, they make sure they tell you.
Yeah, very much so. They make sure it's evident.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're weird and wonderful creatures, is spirit.
It is. And it's understanding that spirit is still with us. And I think that's the biggest point. That's the largest point for mediums. They get the fame of like, we bring message. No, your point is to just communicate. And what I get annoyed with is we have these television mediums. We're not talking about us. We're talking about the television mediums that are cold reading.
Don't get me started.
Oh, I'm going to go there.
Let's go there, because I agree with you on this one.
All right. Comment in here. I've got a J. John, Jacob, John, and they'll wait for someone to pick up.
Yeah.
And he was you're in West Virginia. He was a coal miner and he drove a red truck.
That could be 6 people sitting there. They say things that they know somebody will think, oh, that's for me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's for me.
Right.
Most old men took a walking stick with them.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, most old men wore a die cap, as we call it.
Mm-hmm.
And carried snuff in their pocket and a tot of whiskey.
Right. Over here they wore overalls and, they probably chewed tobacco or smoked cigarettes. So I'm getting a sense of tobacco or the use of tobacco. And I'm like, give me something more tangible.
Yeah.
Give me something like he only liked his eggs, poached.
Yeah.
Or he only, drank his coffee in the evenings instead of in the mornings.
And I always say to clients, you know what it's like. It's really intense and emotional giving a mediumship reading.
Right.
I'll always say to clients, I'll tune in and I'll say straight away, and I give them details.
Right. And it's important to get details, but general details or gallery details are bullshit.
Yes.
You know, if you're going to bring my nan through, you need to be talking about a set of pliers and why she's still pissed over it on her organ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, those two things wouldn't make sense when it's like, I got a woman and, you know, she's talking about pliers. And this is the continual argument that occurred for 40 fucking years.
Yeah.
She's going to remember this argument.
Yeah.
You know, and that, you know, it's my grandfather's fault because the organ used to sit in front of a window and he came in from work and he laid these pliers on top of her organ and they burnt a pattern into them.
Yeah. And I always say to clients when I'm doing a mediumship reading, look, what I'm going to give you is completely random to me, but it's going to mean something to you. Because we know when you're doing a mediumship reading, you'll just be given one words. And they're one words that make no sense to us.
Right.
But when you give them to the client, they start laughing and say, yeah, I know what that's about.
Right. And that's the important part. But no, I was watching a stream getting ready for this. And I just about had to go into the chat and go, will you stop this?
Yeah. Yeah. Because they give people false hopes. There's one woman.
Well, not false hopes, but just false bullshit. Like, and then there was conversations of money and, you know, how money needed. Let's face it, the money's gone.
Yeah.
Point blank, the money's gone. It has been gone. It was gone forever. It occurred one time or another.
Yeah.
Nobody's got hidden treasures in the backyard in mason jars.
I would never, and this is what I want our viewers to remember. When you're on social media and you're watching somebody give a reading and they're picking, right, they'll say, oh, let's pull some cards to see who this resonates with.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't fall for those scams.
Right.
Because by doing that, she would have had 5 or 6 messages saying, that resonates with me. It only resonates with you because she wants it to. It don't mean that she got anything for you.
Exactly. When I pour cards each week, it's a collective energy.
Yes.
It's the energy of the week. It is not specifically for somebody. It is not a single reading for a person. It's the whole fucking collective because we all are on an energy wave.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want people, the amount of people that get scammed that way. And it's heartbreaking to see them get scammed. But it's heartbreaking for us to know that people are putting bad news out about our jobs then.
Well, it's scametry, but it's also bullshit. Like, this has been my whole problem in this industry. Do your damn work. Do it ethically.
Yeah.
Okay? A reading's a reading. It is not an upsell of, oh, here's a reading and let me do a spell for you. And since you stop.
No. No, I would never, ever push a client into having an extended reading, into buying spells, or into buying another reading, because that's got to be something they decide.
Right. And I want them, I offer 100 different readings.
Yeah.
Almost. You choose the reading you want. If you want a network reading, it's question and answer and be done with it. If you want a long extended reading, we can do a long extended reading.
Yeah.
We can sit there and go through it. And we can read multiple directions on the same topic. But it's all going to be the same. Yeah. I'm the same reader at 99 cents a minute or $19.99 a minute.
Yeah.
Okay? If the answer is she don't give a damn, she don't give a damn.
Yeah. And don't jump on the first reader you see. Find a reader you connect with.
Find a reader not only you connect with, but that you can look at and see like their ethical code, their feedback, their retention. Yeah. When I say retention, you see customers coming back over and over again.
Yeah.
If they're a baby reader and you want to do a baby reading and you want to drop like $5, which is I think the £2 there, and do like to see if you like them, great. But if they come back and say, oh, your money, this is cursed, that, knock it off right there. Just stop the page. And no, ever, your ancestors, your loved ones aren't going to be popping up in my house Hazel's house, anybody else's house, and going, you got to get a message to her. You got to get a message to her.
No.
That doesn't happen.
No. Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about this black clouds because I've seen black clouds around people. You know what that is? That's depression. That is oppression and depression. And that's normally occurring inside the person. And that is like, you got to do some changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But the thing is, I bet there was no black clouds. I bet it was her way of trying to upsell.
Well, I get that a lot. And it's like, yeah, I know. His name's David.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're not getting my energy today.
Yeah.
I've got readings to go do myself. It ain't a curse. And there ain't no demons. Okay.
No.
A number of freaking haunting shows I've watched. Oh, this is a portal to hell. No, it's a fucking portal to another dimension. It's not hell. Or, oh, there's demons here. No, sorry, you're not important enough. Demons have other things to do, like cause wars and famines. And that ain't happening. Yeah. It was in my palm laugh. I told her what it was, freaked her out. Yeah, and
Can I just point this out, because I've just realised, because my auntie will be on the phone after this podcast.
Uh-huh.
Nobody punched me in the eyes. I've got conjunctivitis.
Yes.
Yes, I got drops, look.
Yeah.
So don't be texting me after this saying, what the fucking hell happened to your eyes?
Yeah, she wasn't out at the pub last weekend, Auntie. Calm down. She ain't got wild anymore.
Oh, I love her to bits, though. She keeps me on the straight and narrow.
Mm-hmm.
Bless
she needs
her.
to join us in live chat sometime. But, and anyone can comment, by the way. Like, we're doing, because it's the ones coming in. Because we get other watchers. Feel free to comment. We'll bring up your comment.
Definitely. The more the better, because we would like to be able to bring you guys more into the show.
Yeah, very much so. This is a conversation. This isn't an oralization.
No.
The other thing that gets me, and guys realize this, if you can't Google that person and find them somewhere else, there's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Google is your friend. Use it for your research.
Yeah.
When you're choosing, especially if you're choosing to drop more than $5. Don't be scratching that.
If somebody says to me, have you got reviews? I always send them to the websites I work for.
Mm-hmm.
For the simple reason, they then know that you've been checked.
Mm-hmm.
You go under regular testing.
Mm-hmm.
You watch to make sure you've got good work ethics.
Right.
And to me, that's the most important thing, because they need to know that they can be safe sharing their information with you as well.
Right. Very much so. And something popped up this week that, we're done with the topic, so we're going into this. Your psychic should not be stalking your boyfriend's Instagram for you.
We haven't got the time.
Oh, honey. The scamster was literally contacting the girlfriend and sending her things from the boyfriend's Instagram and then making comments on it to get her to come get another reading.
That's disgusting. That's fraud on every level.
Well, not only that, that's the invasion of privacy. The reading starts, the reading ends, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Are you going to get follow-up emails? Of course. Are you going to get advertisements? Of course. But I'm not going to come back and go, so I was thinking about last Thursday when we had our reading, and I thought that maybe you should really look into IBM. It looks like a great job for you.
I only ask first names and date of births.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only for me to tune in. Any other details, I don't want to know.
I want their full date of birth. And some places I want their full name. And that's because I'm going to do numerology at the same time I'm doing the reading.
Yeah. Yeah. But I only ask for the first name because of that reason.
Right.
Because then nothing can come back and say, well, you knew my surname. No, I didn't.
Well, I don't care. Like, here's the other thing is I don't keep notes on my clients. I'm not going to set up and go, ooh, who was Barbara Walters on Facebook from Illinois? Let me go find her so I can send marketing to her. I ain't got time for that.
No.
I've got over 10,000 clients on my roster right now. I don't have time to be checking y'all social media out and sending you a message like, ooh, I see you're having a date with a new boyfriend.
No. And any professional person would not do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because you imagine somebody do that and then your boyfriend picks up your messages, or he picks up your phone and this message is on the front.
Exactly.
It's so unprofessional. And if anybody was to do that, block them immediately.
Exactly. All right, darling. So what you working this week?
I'm working my normal 9 till midnight on Fortunica and Life Reader. I'll be on and off tomorrow because I got Parker Bear because it's Mummy's day at work. So he's coming to Nanny's house.
Awesome.
But apart from that, I'll be in my normal hours.
All right. So I'm working 8 p.m. till 6:30 a.m. all week. I'll be on some afternoons too. And I'll be on the Keen, the Zodiac, the Bob's Best American. Of course, you can always book private appointments with me at aesonknight.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. We will see you. I will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the Psychic Coffee Shop. And Miss Hazel will be back next Monday with me having tea.
I shall, but I'm having something exciting done next week.
Oh.
I'm having a new tattoo.
Ooh, what you getting?
I'm having a teddy bear.
Ah, cool.
Sat on a Duplo block.
Okay.
With Parker's initials in. So the week after, I'll be showing it off.
Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations. And I think that's important that there's a story behind your ink.
Yes. There's story behind every single one of my ink.
Yep. All right, guys. You have a great evening. We'll talk later.
Bye.